like skins and battle pass or things like that are on the multiplayer side, right? That constantly growing ecosystem. So because there is that, like, there's always going to be that, you know, that those different.
That was a Halo moment right there. I love it. I'm so happy that happened.
Anthrax, did you never finish the ODST campaign?
I never owned ODST on my own discs.
Bruh.
I do now,
Interesting.
Bruh.
but I didn't back in the day.
You're garbage.
Halo Reach, my dudes. This is, this brings me back. If we're gonna talk about Halo Reach, we have to have Anthrax. Where's Anthrax? Where are you?
I went at the back door.
Way over here.
I love
Anthrax the Halo Reach.
Dude, he already knows it. He already knows the strats.
Yeah, back door. Well, this is like
Wait,
the.
are we going to the memory cave? Is that where we're going?
This is what the
I don't
Easter
think
egg
you
is.
can do
right
That's on
there.
PC, my dude. I mean, not PC. Wow, that's on. Wow, segue. I was gonna say that's on campaign, my dude.
It will be on PC.
But it will be
very
on
soon.
PC, my dudes. Yo, that's a video
Wow,
we gotta make. We gotta make a video of the. Oh, what if they change the Easter egg room? For.
Dude, that would be that. I don't know if they
I
would, like,
imagine that would make people mad.
Think about ODST. They changed the Destiny poster to be something else.
Facts.
True.
And they
right?
kind of do the same thing in Halo 2 Anniversary, where they're alluding
Yeah.
to
No, there wasn't. No, the Destiny poster was in Reach. Destiny
just says
awaits, and it's
Destiny
like
awaits,
the
yeah, yeah.
planet with.
That does not exist
that's
anymore.
in Reach.
No, but maybe sure it might. Is it? That's no.
Yes.
That's an ODST. They
don't
changed it in ODST for their own release to say Destiny instead. Now it says for her, and it's a picture of like the world. So fun fact. Anywho, point being, I wouldn't put it past them to throw some extra funness in there, right? Because like that was like Bungie's send off in that room. Interesting cast of characters here. We got Anthrax, the Halo kid,
The Reach kid.
the Reach kid. We got Minolta. You know Minolta. He's lame. And then we got Potts, who hopefully you also know.
Apparently, I don't know anything about Easter eggs. It was an ODST.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Some people don't. So Jeff, who are you? If people who don't know you.
Well, I am a Ukrainian prostitute. I come from Ukraine to play video game with Greenskull on 5th of March, 2022.
Yeah, it's not the 5th. It's the 15th.
I need to
Get your calendar fixed.
Ukrainian calendars
I'm
are.
from
There's a
future,
lot
so
different.
is involved time travel. As great nation of Russia is first, Ukraine is first to discover time
like
travel.
saying words now. I feel like someone's
This
gonna
is
be
a strong
offended by
start.
Do
this.
you have a nuclear launch code, Greenskull? Hey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's
joke, you
it's the
kid.
tune to Funky Town.
Beep,
Beep beep boop beep boop. So you get a little
Yes, I know this one. It's #1 hit in Ukraine in future.
the Ukrainian. Welcome Minolta to the show. The Ukrainian time traveler,
Yes, it's new,
aka the mechanical pencil.
aka Ketchup Pickett.
And then Potts, how do we know you?
AKA Elon Thrust.
I make false claims about Easter eggs and hate the Halo Reach.
So
default
the
controls.
least Halo fan in here, obviously Potts, for not knowing about the Destiny reference in ODST.
Apparently also not a Destiny fan.
If my performance in this game looks awful, it's because A, it's Reach, B, it's like terrible frame rate, C, it's online, and Bungie's online was left something to be desired.
Even the transfer from playing matchmaking to playing Firefight with you guys is it's rough. It's much rougher than
real
matchmaking.
rough. So therefore, I'm very excited to see how this plays on PC. As you guys weren't aware, that it's now obviously coming to PC as the first installment of MCC's PC transition, which will be on Steam, which is insane. I said last video, I'd be really excited to see how that conversation went down, right? Like, no, seriously, we need to have it on Steam. Oh, jeez.
I think it's essentially just like, you know, like further sign of like Xbox, I think, saw, because again, they're aware of this, they saw the goodwill that they got from essentially their like continued, you know, support of crossplay and cross-platform stuff. So there's no reason for them to like stop doing that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that there's any doubt that like Sea of Thieves, for instance,
Yeah.
right? Like more copies of Sea of Thieves sold because that's also on PC and it has cross.
There's tons of PC players
Fortnite.
in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Fortnite is the obvious example where Xbox jumped on the crossplay bandwagon right away, and it was all of that pressure that got PlayStation to get involved, right? Because Xbox and Nintendo were completely on board. And so I think it just goes to show that like they're continuing to see that like, yeah, there's no reason for us to like have to control like, you know, like sure I'm sure you'll be able to get it in the Microsoft store, like then that's fine, but there's no reason to also not go to where gamers are to be realistic and take a realistic approach to their release.
Well, it's gonna be huge. I mean, I can't even imagine the kind of numbers these guys are gonna see, like day one, right? Like,
oh yeah.
And what's weirder is that it's gonna be Reach, right? Like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, we've got Halo 3, but Reach, right? Like, how many people will respond to that? You know, are we really gonna see Ninja and stuff coming out and be like, yo, like they'll probably try it, but who is? I mean, no offense, Anthrax is the Reach guy of the group. I just, you know, Reach to me doesn't have the pull power that the others do. Like, are we really gonna be seeing these top streamers like grinding out Halo Reach on PC? My bet is no. But
you sound like the old guard.
I do sound like the old guard.
You've got to wake up and smell the roses, dude. Halo Reach is more like Apex Legends than Halo 3
That's true. Yeah,
I think the thing is that what you're gonna see is like, and one of the memes that I saw was the thing like, this is what my father found, right?
Yeah.
Kids that never. A large majority, yes, you're right. There are still gamers out there that played Halo 3, but they're getting older. They don't have as much time to play games. And so in reality, Halo also has to think about like, what are the kids nowadays? What are they going to enjoy? And I think out of the mix of all the Halo games, Reach is the most like sort of more a modern game
definitely.
with the fact that it has
not to interrupt you, but interrupting you. Are there other weapons that I can have? Where are the weapons on this map? I've been running around with a plasma pistol for this whole video, and it's been awful. Reach Kid, show me where the guns are.
I think over here.
I mean,
my strat has just been to die very quickly, and then I get to respawn with more ammo.
They're in the base.
All right, so sure, you can find them for me, please.
Oh, this is an ammo. There's an ammo crate. There's an ammo crate. You want some ammo?
No, well, I need a gun for that.
This version of Reach is like a lot of patches. This is default Reach they brought us back to on backwards compatibility. And so a lot of features are...
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pre-patched.
Oh, yo, you got guns, bro? No, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Assault rifle, baby. It's lit.
But also to defend your old guard statement, Greenskull, like this is, whether you like it or not, or kind of realizing, Reach is kind of like the older Halo game now. There's
for sure.
2 titles ago, and there's people that were growing up when they were even younger than I was playing this game. They were 11, 12 or whatever, and they are now like, yeah, Halo Reach was the game that I...
Well, I'm not denying that people are going to play it, but like...
You've ridden this wheel long enough, right? Like, we're at the point where Reach is in the slot of underappreciated classics.
Oh, yeah, no, that's all I see now. And Reach was my favorite. Seems to be the unanimous...
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Dude, like, the time just keeps moving. And, like, that's the thing, is that I find it funny that, like, you're just a little bit younger than me, that, like, I don't know if maybe just, like, you haven't realized it as much, but, like, that's the thing, is that I feel like whether from Halo 2 forward, this cycle has taken...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, like,
all right, old man.
This is just the way that it has been. And like, that's the thing that I think is so funny, is that like a lot of people, like, their benchmark for Halo being like a popular game is it being the #1 game in the world.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
And like,
and having insane numbers, and as soon as it drops to second place, Halo is dead, right?
Yeah. Exactly, right? And that's the thing, is that, like, in reality, I think that this cycle and the way that Halo games are received by the core population hasn't really changed that much over the years. There's been bad games and there's been good games, but overall, it's always been this kind of, like, cycle of, like, you know, where it slots into the underappreciated classic, the new one sucks, etc., etc. And the only thing that's shifted is, like, the game's overall popularity in the world. And I don't know if it's as much to do with the choices made in the development of the games themselves as it is to do with like the overall gaming atmosphere.
Yeah, mix of both.
Changing.
Again, like how long have you and I, Jeff, been making the argument discussion that, you know, Netflix didn't exist back then, and there's more to do now, and you know, it's been very validating over the last couple of years, having made that argument a long time ago. Seeing more and more people accept that and understand that, and you know, 'cause we got so much hate when we first brought that point up, right? Like, what do you mean? It's just Halo's fault. It couldn't be other games' fault, but it is, right? Like, I mean, even the nature of battle royales and like what's being successful right now, and who, you know, games are forced to change what their makeup just because of what isn't popular. I mean, even among streaming, right? The idea of streaming as a whole has changed what makes popular video games, right? Like
Totally.
if battle royales weren't such a popular streaming thing, they probably wouldn't be so big, right? Like that, it plays a huge factor. Everybody wants to watch that, and that's like that spreads, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that you're 100% right, and that's the thing, is that like it's this big combination of like, yeah, Halo, like didn't change fast enough to keep up with like whatever the times are, or something like that, whatever you want to say. But then there's also, yeah, all those other factors, whether it's like, yeah, streaming becomes really popular and that changes the factor of it. I think technology is just a big play. You know what I mean? Like the reign of consoles to a certain extent, I think, is over, and like they're fading a little bit, I feel like, and that's also changing. Like there's just less exclusives, right? Because like there's the idea that like you would have to play a certain game on a certain system is going away, when the biggest game in the world is on every system, right? Like Fortnite, you can play it on your phone, right? And I think that's the thing, is that like it's that overall shift in everything that I think plays into a lot of it.
So going back to my point, do you guys think that, obviously it is, since it is the first one, so people will play, because like, oh yeah, Halo's on PC now. Do you think that the PC audience will treat each Halo game differently because of the nature of the audience? That there are so many, A, new fans, but B, the way of interacting is different? Do you think we'll see, for instance, Halo 2 and 3 reigning supreme at the end of the day, as a lot of people expect? Or will we see, either CE or Reach be way more popular than the others, right? Like, will that change because it's on PC? Like, Thrax, I'm curious your thoughts on this one.
To go back to Halo 1 and kind of play how that plays, it's a big
yeah,
leap.
that's a huge leap.
Yeah. And so that's weird. Speed Halo 4 up, play it on keyboard and mouse. Like, could it be fun?
It might be awesome.
Really fast movement speed.
Well, it's just like Halo 4, a lot of people like dismiss Halo 4 and never gave it a chance when it came to MCC, but Halo 4 on MCC is kind of awesome. And I stand by that. Like it was made to be in 60 FPS and to be higher fidelity graphics. And so maybe even on PC it'll be increased more. Like Halo 4 in a lot of ways is kind of ahead of its time. Despite making some questionable decisions. If they waited a little longer on 4, I think it might have performed better overall.
Halo 5 definitely feels like the game they wanted Halo 4 to be.
Yeah.
You needed that better hardware to make it feel smoother, to work with that faster.
For sure.
Halo 4 is also entering that era of kind of like Halo Reach and Halo 4 kind of share that title right now, is like the underappreciated Halo game that is a couple titles back. There is kids that were young playing Halo 4 that have now grown up or whatever, and they like hate Halo 5, and they are die-hard Halo 4 fans. Like, it's what happens every time.
You guys got any things to kill these hunters?
I'm dead for real. We're out of life.
I'm dead for real. How are you talking?
Oh no.
Yo guys, Anthrax says everybody press F in chat. Everybody pour one out for the homie. I expect most comments in this video to just be F. I'm okay with that. I'd be happy about that.
Compat is dead for real too.
For real. If you die in the game, you die in real life. You guys remember that movie? Did you see that movie? It was awful. Oh wait, I got him. Get plasma pit. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh no. All right, Jeff, this is all on you, buddy.
You're talking about doing firefight because it'd be like Chili's and have a conversation around. Maybe not heroic.
No, it's perfect. It has been. You guys just gotta stop dying.
I don't have any lives left.
If I get killed by this grunt, dude, it's my god.
I killed one of the hunters.
Dan, Greenskull, you just have to stop dying, man. What are you doing?
Oh.
Good work, team.
The grunt killed
That was
Jeff.
firefight.
Firefight.
There's 17 players in Invasion.
Yeah, so that's a match of Invasion. That's 8v8.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's one match. Yeah, we gotta find those
we're
kids.
gonna have to wait for that match to end. That's what I was saying before. It's the Lawbreakers issue, where it's just enough people playing for a one match.
Oh,
Nice.
hell yeah.
Oh baby.
Slayer? We don't want Slayer.
What is E-Skirmish?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Slayer. I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like invasion modes.
It's like E-Skirmish, that's like E. coli.
None of these guys are in parties together. Like, look through the thing. We're the only group. Everyone else is a solo.
Our team's gonna have
Only one guy has a nameplate too.
I thought about this the other day. I think a lot of the reasons that Reach rubs me the wrong way was there's almost external factors there, right? It was how the community reacted and reacts now and stuff, and that certainly, I admit, influences my opinion about Reach. It's hard not to get caught into like, I was I was part of the people who didn't like Reach, and now everybody likes it, and that bugs me. You know what I mean? Like, I admit I fall into that for sure. But, you know, I mean, recently, so I guess, again, I'm excited to play it on PC and see if my opinion of it changes. Because even playing it right now, I'm still like, I don't know if I would play this over other Halos. There's a lot of things that still really bug me about it. Potts, what was Potts' first, what's your first Halo?
The first one that I had on launch was ODST.
Interesting.
Which is, that's how I played Halo. I never actually owned Halo 3 until probably after Halo 4 came out, but ODST came with the Halo 3 disc. So that's how I just experienced Halo 3 multiplayer for a very long time. Because I never really had that to compare to. I didn't play a ton of Halo 3. So when Reach came out, it honestly felt really good to me. Obviously playing it now. Because I was a lot younger too. I'm at least, you know.
You're an old man now, Potts.
I'm a lot younger than you, Jeff. You're gonna die before me.
I don't think age is directly attributes to that. You have to bold statement.
No, Jeff. No, Jeff is gonna die before me.
Definitely. Have you seen the way I live?
Have you seen the way I live? I only eat tater tots.
But yeah, and what I was saying before too is I played Invasion, I played Headhunter, I played Infection, but besides that, I never went out of like customs and stuff. And that's why I think I remember Halo Reach so fondly, is because I only ever really played customs with friends. Like my experience was like Speed Halo and everything like that.
Speed Halo was dope. I would put that as my favorite Halo custom of all time. I'll take that as you will.
And that's why I honestly, and I know that for the most part, the people I talk to would agree with me that I think, to me, Reach had a better custom community than Halo 3 did. And maybe I missed the boat on Halo 3 of all of that, but I never had this finding
so young.
crazy
It
Reach
was
custom.
harder to like.
It was also very Halo 2 and 3, especially Halo 2. But Halo 2 and 3, there's a lot of honor rules, right? Like the most fun things, you needed a full team who would all abide by honor rules, and you could play some pretty incredible game types, right? And they inspired, for the most part, a lot of the Reach games. But Reach was obviously the first one where you could make really fancy stuff in Forge. So like it was that like, oh, this is so new and cool and interesting. Where you know, again, like that's a lot harder to do when you don't have those rules in the game.
Absolutely.
Oh, assassinated.
But I just mean like that's what I'm excited to see come back to MCC on PC, because I never got that same feeling from like Halo 5 customs.
Yeah, Warthog.
Like Halo 5 customs are super elaborate, and they're really fun, but there's just something about them that it kind of
I agree.
lost that
I totally agree.
for me.
And I honestly, one factor of it is the game, right? Like maybe we don't have as much of a connection with the game itself, but also the community. You know, if the community was as hyped about the game constantly, in that, you know, not even population-wise, I think that's a bad argument, because, you know, this isn't speaking for everyone, of course, but like me, go ahead.
Like, because I don't know. I mean, like, I just think of like the main streamers, like Halo. Yeah, like Halo 4 Forge community wasn't that great.
Yeah,
but I feel like Halo 5, like the stuff
wicked.
we did with the main streamers and the parkour stuff and everything. But
all that stuff is relatively unknown, is kind of my point, right? And so there isn't as much of, you know, when you say Speed Halo, everyone is like, hell yeah, right? How many people played, you know, the Super Mario map we played, right? That was like amazing, but, you know, maybe hundreds, thousands.
Well, I think there's some iconic ones that come to mind immediately. Indiana Jones maps, Speed Halo.
Yep.
And then the Warthog map, where it was like a pit and you're all fighting for each other's life and you're knocking the Warthogs off the side. That was like that was also like a Halo 3 remaster, but like done better, almost perfected with the Reach tools.
Reach, and actually, talking about Halo 5 Forge actually brings up a really good point of, you know, 343. This is not the first time 343 is bringing a Halo game to PC. Halo 5 Forge.
Yeah.
Though it's like weirdly unknown, you could go and get, if you have Windows 10, you can go and get Halo 5's custom games and Forge with full keyboard and mouse support and everything for free right now. You don't need to own Halo 5.
Yeah, no one has any idea that exists. I see that all the time.
Something that never took off, and it just never got the support that I think it deserved.
Well, it's just, I think it kind of felt janky at launch. Like they didn't really figure out the controls. Like there was something weird about it. It was hard to identify.
Well, that's the thing, but I feel like they never really gave it another shot.
Yeah, I agree.
And I really hope that after they get MCC out the door, that they do consider looking back, because like that means the entire Halo 5 engine is ported.
They're pushing towards this like constantly updatable like home for Halo that is MCC. Like that's the thing, is that like eventually what I would hope is that they will slowly but surely like move Halo games into the Halo museum, the digital Halo museum that is MCC. and like that'll be the thing moving forward. But at the same time, with a name like Halo Infinite and the fact that they're bringing MCC to PC, it really makes me wonder about like, do they see the future of Halo as being something that is like both cross-platform, available via Steam, Microsoft Store, on PC and console, and relatively like sustainable, right? Where like they're not putting out new games all the time. And like that's the thing, is that like I just wonder if like eventually the Master Chief Collection would just be like those legacy games, and then I don't know. You know, like again, this is all speculation based on the name Infinite, but.
I mean, that kind of wraps us all the way back around to a point Greenskull made earlier, talking about Infinite, and I guess Greenskull brought up Netflix earlier. Like, Xbox wants a subscription-based like service. They want games that they can supply to people over time. Like, things like Games Pass or Xbox Live, they've proven that they want to push more focus into that and just give us all of the games, all of the tools, all the ways we like to have fun, and then just ask us for a little bit of money every month, Netflix style.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the best thing for Halo, honestly. Like, that's they're just gonna keep giving us tools.
A game that lasts, right? Like that is such an evolution of not only gaming but Halo, right? And I think Halo, while it's pushed the boundaries in the past, right? Halo has literally invented things of game. I mean, look at recharging shield and stuff, right? There are so many things that Halo did that is so. I mean, console controls for an FPS. Halo has made things standard, and then over the years, kind of lost that. And I even feel like people forget that kind of started with Reach. Even though they started trying new things on Reach, it wasn't necessarily unique, right? Like Reach didn't at the time was not very unique in my opinion. And it was the start of that trend of Halo being like, let's just try things that other games are doing and put all these things together to make another game where it wasn't very innovating. And Halo moving as a series has lost that. Where that's why I hope that moving forward, they've also fallen victim to the COD model of just like keep releasing stuff. Luckily, it wasn't every year. It was like a long COD model where every 3 years there's another Halo game, and it's that's why I don't know how much I want it to be the same, and I want some more risks in there. I think it's I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Would you want them to take more risks with Infinite, or do you want them to play it very safe?
I think they need to play it safe at launch, but I think them opening it up too, they can keep pushing these updates and keep doing these things, is that once they have that established base, then they can start getting crazy with it, and they can start listening to the community and the crazy stuff that they want out of that, and really start building the game. But I think at launch, they need to play it safe. I think they need to make a game that isn't so far out there. I think that's because it will be like their first actually new release on PC. It's the first game that, like, they're going to be. MCC's great, but they're going to be proving themselves to like a PC audience with Infinite. And I don't think it's safe to do that if they don't just maybe stick with the formula a little bit more. But it is a thing of like they can change the game could look completely different a year after release.
I think eventually they would move it. All the Halo games, like in the old model, would live in the Master Chief Collection. And then, like, that's the thing, dude. Like, think about, like, with a Halo Infinite, you could release, like, small story segments or campaigns as, like, essentially DLC, or, like, or just, like, as part of the ongoing story, like, similar to how, like, an Anthem or a Destiny does it, in that, like, you get a new patch or a new bunch of content that gets dropped kind of all at once.
I forgot how annoying Reach Banshees were.
Maybe supported by income from like skins and battle pass or things like that are on the multiplayer side, right? That constantly growing ecosystem. So because there is that, like, there's always going to be that, that those different.
That was a Halo moment right there. I love it. I'm so happy that happened.
I completely agree, Jeff. I'd be very surprised if before Infinite releases, we don't get Halo 5 in some way on like PCMC. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like I think that like eventually they'll like put them all in there, and then like Halo Infinite will be our thing, and like that's the thing, is that like just like how League of Legends has proven that, like, even though they're maybe not as popular as they once were, they've that one game with like patches. It's a very different game now than it was 6-7 years ago. But it's still popular and it's still going.
That's why I raised the question of how much should Infinite innovate and take risks. Because if we are thinking that Halo moving forward will almost be this one big hub, then won't people already have access to, you know, a very refined 4K Halo 3, right? Like a Halo 4, a Halo 2. Why necessarily think about redoing that when
exactly,
it's
yeah,
there?
like, that's the thing. Like again, I think that, yeah, like, that's gonna be the
That's the big question.
the question, right? Is like, yeah, like what? Well, like I think it'll be like, again, whatever Halo Infinite is. I think it'll the mechanics of the game. I don't think are going to change like so vastly or anything like that. That it's going to be like that much different from, for instance, Halo 5. That it's going to be like a huge departure. I think that's unlikely. Like, because I think that they want to support multiplayer, and most people say that the Halo 5 multiplayer is pretty solid.
People,
right?
I've seen that a lot too. I've been asking a lot of people what their favorite Halo is, and a lot of multiplayer Halo 5 lovers.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy to see,
That's the thing.
because I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I think multiplayer Halo 5 is great. It's the most competitive I've ever been in Halo. It's the most I've cared and gotten really, really try hard with my buddies. And it actually opened my eyes to being more competitive in other Halos. And it's just the nature of the game, right? Like, it is inherently a very competitive game. It's hard to play Halo 5 on a casual level. Which means it's very not accessible, unfortunately, right? You can't just, of all Halos, it's my least recommended to just hop in and try if you've never played Halo. Because it's nuts, right? Like, you go into like a hardcore Strongholds game in Halo 5, like, it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. It's interesting.
Yeah, people don't mess around. People don't mess around in Halo, that's for sure.
And I think that's why it belongs in MCC. Like, because that's, you're getting an audience that, you know, if you release it at the tail end of all these other individual games releasing, everybody will, you know, ideally have played a little bit of everything. And by the time Infinite comes out, if Halo 5 is not in MCC on PC, Halo 5 will be the only mainline Halo game that will not have released.
Well, it'll become Halo Reach, right? Like, how come Reach isn't in MCC?
Wars.
Now it's going to be Halo 5.
Like,
How come Halo 5
and
isn't?
2 are both on PC.
That's
exactly.
the point.
It's
the point.
And I feel like that primes, you know, you get people to play Halo 5, even just like release it a month or two right before Infinite. You know, make it a pre-order bonus with Infinite. Like, get people on PC to experience, you know, that style of gameplay and even that story, however you feel about the Halo 5 campaign. You know, if you're going into Infinite, you want to know that gap. You want to know what happened.
That is a very good point.
It makes a lot of sense. And the issue with it releasing on, kind of going back a little bit,
yeah, we gotta
the
get
issue with it
through
releasing
here.
on Steam is, I think they really want people to go to Game Pass. I don't see Infinite releasing on Steam after MCC. I think they want people to look at Steam and be like, oh, I could just be subscribed on Game Pass and get this, you know. And I think
But
they're
why not
betting
both?
on you know, because right now I think people on PC just don't. They just have a very, very bad taste in their mouths with the Windows Store.
I agree.
But, you know, Phil Spencer has been talking about for like the last year of, we are going to make improvements. We are going to make changes. And I think they're betting on, by the time Infinite's out, those changes will have been made, and that people will be willing to give that another shot on in the Windows Store and then with Game Pass.
That was a good push, guys. I was a little scared there for a second.
You know, Anthrax, I was hoping your body would thicken up a little bit more there and maybe absorb some more damage, and you just did not. And I'm not saying that you're a bad teammate, but like, I think you could have tried.
But maybe you should be a better teammate.
Yeah, I'm like, it would be better for definitely.
Let's just wait till the game ends, and you'll see what kind of teammate I've been for you, and we can decide at the end if I was good.
Oh my god,
if I was a
there's like
good
a
or a
million
bad
of them.
teammate.
I can see you on the top of the scoreboard. I'm just saying, die for me.
Die for me.
Die for me.
You know, I love armor lock.
I love
You'll
armor
get
lock.
wrecked.
Yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
hope you got armor lock
exactly what I
footage when we were
saw,
on
yeah.
UNSC side.
Oh, wrecked. The Banshee just got owned. Toasted, roasted, and toasted.
That battery or whatever it is, the core. Why do we want this?
Oh man, I really just walked
We want
right
this?
out.
It's a battery, like you said. We need the battery.
Energy.
We're out of energy.
Yeah,
We're sleepy boys.
Covenant needs the
you're
battery.
looking for
St. Helios'
energy.
only power plant closed down last week, and
Breaking
can
news.
you not armor lock at me, please?
Dude, I love Invasion. This is such a fun game. Like this is like
Invasion
this
is
is kind
sweet.
of battle royale, right?
Yeah. No, well, it's funny because again, there are things about Reach that I do really like, right? Like Invasion was wicked, but you know,
End the
Oh,
game.
now you're gonna have a
fantasy.
Banshee. What
How
are
do you
Wait, how did
roll this
Invasion
boy?
not come back? That's
Can you roll in this thing? You can roll in this, right?
Oh no.
Well, Invasion never came
Okay.
back because playable elites never came back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not that you
Ooh.
needed that. I mean, you could have just done, you know, side versus side. Oh, that's a teammate. Sorry, teammate.
I mean, can you?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. I can't believe I didn't kill that guy.
While we're on the topic of PCO MCC, have they talked at all about ODST Firefight? Or Reach Firefight for that matter? Being
Reach
on,
Firefight's coming.
Reach Firefight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Reach
I think
Firefight is, but they haven't confirmed ODST Firefight?
they have not.
Correct.
I think it's in my thought is that Reach Firefight is essentially just like a Reach matchmaking mode, you know, where ODST Firefight is kind of a separate thing, right? Like it's not just an offshoot of the campaign or not, right? That's my thought.
Sure, but it's an
so it's
engine.
easier to, yes, but it's just more complicated because of that. I think it must inevitably come. I'll be mad if it for some reason doesn't. Dude, I'm terrible at the Banshee.
Did you know there's not like a big backstory about the cat, the elite that killed Cat? I think it's a book and
The
stuff.
elite that
Oh
killed
my
Cat.
gosh. That sounds like a meme.
Does-
Like, oh, they made a book about the elite that killed Cat.
Do you think he drank more Ovaltine than her?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, wait, no, it was a Jackal though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was it? Oh yeah.
sure.
Whoa.
There's
Plot
something.
holes in the Halo cannon.
I've seen it.
It's the elite that trained the Jackal that killed Cat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's his cousin.
Where's the core?
I knew a guy once.
Oh.
Oh, this stupid. I'm gonna kill this armor lock.
Oh, we lost? Oh,
No, we tied
yeah,
actually. We both got to the same
yeah, but
point.
that's
It's
tying's
2-2.
losing.
Well, we know.
Yeah.
We had to talk about
only
the
bad
Halo Reach
result was a tie.
MCC. And also, our teammates took the Wraith and the Banshee both times, and they didn't do jack with them.
Well, one of us took the Banshee and didn't do jack shit one time.
Kills.
Anthrax,
Pots, number 1. Greenskull, number 2. Second.
Anthrax, you were giving me shit.
Second,
about
Anthrax!
that.
I wasn't. No, I didn't. No, I just said we'll see at the end.
Woo!
Don't.
Yeah, and we
trash talk
did.
too.
What did we
Okay,
see?
we
What
saw
did we
at
see?
we are seeing it at the end. That's what I'm.
Let's
that's
go.
what I'm saying.
I was barely paying attention that game.
Shout out to the guys on the other team that went 38 and 18 and 40 and 13. Play a different video game.
Play a different game.
They've been playing Halo Reach nonstop for the last, 10 years.
Yo,
Halo Reach anniversary?
how wicked is it gonna be when we're in like nursing homes and like kids coming in like,
Halo Reach
Hey,
on MCC.
What, you've
Dad.
been playing Halo
Yeah.
Reach for 40 years?
Dad, have you seen Halo 19? Like, son, I only play Halo 3.
Are you implying that kids in like 40 years are going to be coming into nursing homes? Because like they're going to be
Looking after their
so
grandparents.
jacked into whatever like
Yeah, but they'll virtually come in. Like, I'll go into my lobby.
VR porn machine.
We'll also be in VR, right? So we'll go in and they'll check in. They're like, hey, Grandpa, how you doing? Like, oh, in my nursing home, but I can't tell because I'm in a porn palace in my VR.
Yes, so wait, your grandson is sitting there, and then you're just like in bed, like 100, like making.
Grandpa, oh you.
just making eye contact with your kid while you're getting head.
I think I'm feeling something down there.
The doctor prescribed this because you're losing feeling.
I don't even need
I hope you
pills.
leave all this in, by the way. This stays in. This is the video. Not all the actual talk, and just replace it.
You're just-
Potts didn't have a single headshot, and he beat me.
How dare you? I was
How
about
does
to,
that even
I was about
happen?
I was about to extend an olive branch by saying both of our tools of destruction is melee, which is
Yo, I had
exactly
the most
how you're supposed to play
headshots
Reach.
because I'm an accuracy god.
An accuracy
Good.
god. You
I'm proud
accurate.
of you. Did I actually not
Accurate
consider?
AF.
Wow.
a single headshot.
I got like 2 assassinations though. That was pretty fun.
Yo, Greenskull and me tied for longest average life.
Yeah, let's
Except
go.
You guys on the other team with a minute 16.
Dude, what the hell
Go to
was he
church.
doing?
Go talk to Jesus.
I carried the core for the longest. Everybody get good. It's an objective game type. Get good. Objective game type.
Yeah, too bad you couldn't dunk it.
Get switched on.
How many people are playing Griffball right now?
Not reflection.
Oh, look,
not
it's,
reflection.
No, reflection.
I don't
Why
want
not
to.
reflection. It's my
Do you
favorite.
Because I
it's
want
my
to show
favorite
off
original Halo
reach
map.
things, not. Yeah,
Fine, Powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
No,
Quick,
both.
quick.
Oh.
Oh God, somebody's talking.
Wait, what are they saying?
Voted for that. I'm gonna 2-3.
Yep, they're going straight for the rocket launcher.
I have armor lock. You can all get in the sky and protect me.
Nice. So, in summary, guys,
Coming out of the pump house.
MCC
On top of the roof.
PC. It's gonna be a big deal, yeah? Big
I
deal?
think-
Very excited.
I don't know. I don't think anybody really cares.
Wait, is
I'm
multiplayer
pretty
for
sure it's
Reach
the
gonna
least
be
requested
free?
thing.
They said
yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
they can't-
multiplayer's free, campaign is paid. Or
Yeah,
with
so
Game Pass.
everybody's gonna be like, yeah, there's gonna be no reason to not be excited.
It's
You
gonna be
can
nuts.
just play Halo Reach. You can.
Yeah, and again, I think that like it's a smart move because I do think that like while I think old Halo fans will still play it because like again, like, I mean we're playing it. It still gives me a little bit of the old nostalgia, goosebump, etc. You know, like especially like this map in particular because like the beta and everything.
Yeah.
Like I think everyone.
Yeah,
I spent all my time in the beta
everyone
for
has
sure.
good memories of the Reach beta, even
Yeah.
if they don't have good memories of the game.
I
Does that
completely
make
agree.
sense?
Completely agree. Yeah,
So
Reach beta
I
was
do
lit.
think that, like, while it's definitely not going to be as big as like Halo 3 or CE or something like that coming to PC, which people would obviously like super duper flip out for, Reach does have the best chance of grabbing some of these like Battle Royale, Apex Legends kids who are used to, you know, right now they want to play an FPS where you pick your loadout, where you have like a certain ability or special power or like sort of class.
Armor
Reach has that.
lock. Oh.
It's the worst.
Yeah, and Reach has that.
It's great.
I mean, even like, however it plays or not, like, opening with Reach guarantees people are gonna play it.
Yeah, that's true.
And when CE drops, everybody's gonna play CE.
But maybe not.
Everybody's gonna play Halo
Because
2.
it's like the people who've never played Halo
what I'm
before,
saying
is
is
CE
it's-
really gonna? But you're right. Like the idea is there.
It's all an additional news cycle. It's
Yeah.
all like, yeah, if people are playing Reach and MCC, they're gonna play CE. If they were playing CE, they're gonna play Halo 2. They are doing this obviously to technically make it function and work and be good and not be, you know, MCC.
Well,
But
and
also
again,
just,
that's-
you know, keep people coming back and like keep a news cycle going of like, this is going to consume people's lives, and then Halo 5 will drop, and then Infinite will drop, and people are on PC are really gonna have like a kind of speed ran, you know.
Well,
for
there's
the-
gonna be
the
so
last
many new
15
fans. There's gonna be a
years.
ton of new fans.
Yeah, absolutely. For people that have never played Halo before, they're gonna get like the experience of these.
And
games
hey,
kind of
here's
coming
a
out.
new Halo game coming
And
out that
people-
everybody's excited about. Oh, I know
So
Halo
many
now.
people playing them for the first time.
Well, and I think that we've addressed this before, but I do think that as much as like, and I've heard people on Twitter even say like, I still don't trust 343, man. MCC was so broken, like they're gonna screw this up. Halo
if they
5
nail
wasn't
it-
that good. But like that's the thing.
They
is that I
redeemed the
think-
name MCC, right?
Yeah, I think that if they nail this, they'll get a lot of that karma back, and I really feel like, ideally, they've left themselves a lot of wiggle room here, and that they've announced it, but they haven't given a firm date. They've just kind of said, "Oh, we're later this year or whatever."
Yeah.
And they're doing this like phased rollout, so that if there is problems with one of the games, they can fix it before moving on to the next one, so you don't have any of that. They just left it broken or whatever. All of it reminds me that like they've really learned their lesson from MCC. Like I think that everyone there thought that they could just like release it and like they'd figure it out, or like there was this like, oh yeah, we can totally, like the Halo audience will just eat this up because it's the old
Yeah,
games and
or
they just love
something,
it,
yeah.
right? And like they really learned from that, and I really don't think that we'll ever see. And like, I could be eating my words, and like I will gladly eat them if that's the case. But I really don't think that 343 is ever going to be so hubristic as to launch a game as badly as MCC ever again.
If
And
they
leave it
do,
broken
then
for like
man,
that period of time. Like I just don't think it's possible. And so I continue to see what I see is I hope for change. I don't want to just like shoot them down. I think that they're looking to improve and get better. They listen to the community and they try their best. And so I just want to encourage that, and hopefully they can just continue to be getting better and making good games, right? I think to me it seems like they've learned, and they're just continuing to improve.
And they have to, because there's so much riding on them. This is going to determine the future of how Infinite sells on PC and what
honestly,
people think of like when you say MCC or when you say, Halo on PC at all.
Yep.
This is the big play, and they absolutely know that. They know that they need to do this right. Because PC players are, if anything, critical and picky.
For sure.
Yeah.
And if you don't release a functioning product, Reddit will never forget about it.
People don't forget.
People still, they never forgot about MCC on Xbox.
Yo, you guys gonna get some kills?
No, I'm doing really bad. I don't know why. I'm like I'm trash at Reach. You know, it's my deep dark secret.
Trash it all, Halo.
You were bragging earlier of how good you
Wow.
are. Halo Wars 1 got Definitive Edition. Halo Wars 2 launched on PC. MCC's coming to PC, and Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike or whatever are on PC. Halo 5 is the only game that won't be on PC.
I'm happy. I'm happy ending it there. I don't think we need to say any other closing thoughts.